I am a little bit surprised because we've heard a lot about the consumer being weak in the last several weeks. And so this would sort of fly in the face of that. One of the names you talked about, Etsy, which is one that I own. So this is only an e-commerce site. I love the Etsy model, which is very asset light. All they do is just take a posting fee and they take a percentage of every transaction. And so I also think this is something a little more unique and shoppers can find something probably a little bit less expensive. So I love the way that's positioned. We did see Target last week, which was sort of a reprieve from what we thought would be terrible. So maybe this shouldn't have been a surprise. I am a bit surprised, though, with how strong it seemed to be today. But there's still, I don't know how many days left in the season. A lot can happen.
And some extra days, too, this year.
True. Extra days this year.
So what do you think of this trend, Guy, that's shaping up where the online retailers are doing better than in-store, which typically happens, but I think in this environment where we were expecting it to be weak because of all the guidance that we got from retail.
Yeah, what's interesting is some of these stocks that are seemingly left for dead. Tim talked about this last week. I mean, Gap stores, for example. Look at the move we've seen in Gap, the relief rally we've seen in Target, but does that suggest that they're operating better, or is it just a relief rally off of oversold conditions? This is the way I look at the retailer, the consumers out there. The retailers across a swath of companies have talked about basically things slowing down in a pretty meaningful way in 2024. I agree with that. If California is any indicator, I think the unemployment rate in California now is up to 4.8%. That's typically a leading economic indicator for the rest of the country, maybe by 6 to 9 months. So if that is in fact the case, I think you're going to start to see a pretty severe move higher in the unemployment rate, which I don't think is going to be particularly positive for retailers. I think the bounces you've seen, especially in like a Target and a Gap, are oversold condition bounces that need to be sold at these levels.
There were some signs of improvement in Target, certainly in the profitability picture. Gap too, right?
Yeah. No, listen, again, improving. Target was a disaster. Target just basically seemingly got their inventories in order. But the problems they face, I think, are secular in nature. They're not going away anytime soon. I mean, Gap Store's problems have been in place for many years now. Target for the last year and a half, 2 years. When you're in the middle in this environment, basically Target as opposed to a Walmart, you're in no man's land. And I think Target is still there.
What do you think, Dan?
One of the more interesting things I read about the weekend, and to your point about just this kind of shift more towards online, maybe that's a bit of the COVID behavior kind of working its way through. We heard a lot about the pull forward of this sort of e-commerce behavior, and it seems like Black Friday's dead. It's going to be Cyber Month, November, from here on out. But the Journal had an article about Amazon overtaking UPS, FedEx, not yet USPS on deliveries, and they're expected to do like 6 billion or something deliveries. This is Amazon alone to packages here in the U.S. So I think that's really interesting. I think it just kind of cements the fact that bricks and mortar is going to have a tough time from here on out. But to me, again, I think that like we're going to hear great things out of Amazon. I think to your point about some of these more niche stories and Etsy and the like here. And so, I think that the department stores were very clear, like it's kind of over here. And some of the big box stuff last week, at least what we heard, for the most part, was not particularly good. And if you do not have a good barbell strategy, you're dead in the water in retail.
I feel like the promotions online also, like it used to be you had to go to the store to get the best deals, but there were some steep discounts online, just anecdotally.
Well, indeed. And I think also the elongated, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. I mean, this season's gone on forever. So the fact that those numbers are pretty good over the weekend on a comp basis, those comps aren't the same. And actually, the comps would make it tougher for them to hit those comps. Amazon, by the way, as a stock, as a chart, that's a chart that's, basically working off a multi-year base. And I think it's breaking out to the upside. And I think there's reasons for it. But I look across the retail space, and there's very different stories based upon segment. The Target versus Walmart spread has been working because Target was so bad. It wasn't that their numbers were so good. And the trends that have been so good for Walmart are things, and as someone that's long Walmart and loves the company and loves the execution, there's disinflation for sure. There may, in fact, be some deflation. And it gets back also just to the consumer this holiday period. I think a lot of the retailers are very resilient here. And I think the consumer is cautious. As we've all said, Guy was pointing this out. You look at a basket of goods. Bloomberg had a couple quotes out this morning in terms of a basket, $120, $119.50 buys you what 100 bought you pre-COVID. The consumer feels this. Groceries are up 25%. I know gas is cheaper. There's no question this is translating into where the consumer is this holiday season. And then there's segments, and I'll just tease the segment because Karen's got some interesting stuff to say later on in the show about a particular specialty retailer. I just think depending on the sector you're in, and where you sit. I mean, there's certain parts of, for example, athleisure and whatnot, I think you've pulled forward a lot.